Did I lay that on thick, or did I lay that on thick?
I swear we didn't rehearse that.
No rehearsal.
Does your business need a little extra attention?
Do you want to grow your impact and your bottom line?
Do you want to be heard?
Well, let out a roar and contact Gary Schneeberger of Roar.
The Roar team has over 30 years of experience creating effective and strong content that will help you reach your goals with boldness, engagement, and inspiration.
Want to learn more? Visit weroar.la.
Hey, Jason, you thirsty?
Hell yeah.
Well, get on down to Lucci's Grandview, 6929 39th Avenue, and grab yourself a cold drink and some great conversation.
This family-owned bar will serve you up some great memories.
Follow them on Facebook for their great upcoming specials and events.
That's Lucci's Grandview, 6929 39th Avenue.
Don't shoo away this episode of the Ktown Connects podcast, as it will be the perfect fit for your ears. As we chatted up with the fourth generation business owners of Chiappetta Shoes, we welcome Tony and Nick Chiappetta. Cue that music. Oh yeah, cracking open that fresh public craft beer.
I still think we just need to cut that in.
Yeah, we just need to
Cut that
record
sound
that
in.
and put it in.
That's
No,
okay.
but I like watching you drink beer and get drunk on the show. It's always fun.
But I have to time my beers, so I'm like ready for a new one at the beginning of the show. So it's kind of tricky.
It's pressure.
But what are we drinking here?
We are drinking some public craft beer. We are drinking their Great Light Lager. Oh my God, it is so good. Alcohol count only 4%, so you can drink 20 of them and feel fine. Thank you, Matt from Public Craft Brewing Company. They're located at 628 58th Street. Check out their full beer menu and their great food menu at publiccraftbrewing.com. And we are the Ktown Connects podcast, and I'm one of your hosts, Donnie, and I am here with...
Yes, Jason.
Jason. I'm not going to say your last name again, which I did a couple episodes ago, and that was the first time I ever said your last name on the air.
Oh, yeah, no one can know.
I know, that was crazy, right?
No, it's a big secret.
And we're here recording at Luigi's Pizza Kitchen. They are located at 7531 39th Avenue. They're open Tuesday through Sunday, so give them a call at
262-694-6565, and you can see their full menu and order online at luigispizzakenosha.com. And you know what Donnie always says?
Order those pizza pies.
That's right. Special thanks to Dropping Daisies for that great theme song they recorded for us.
Wow, it's such a rocker. Didn't you guys love that?
It was
Dropping
good.
Daisies.
Wow.
I mean, wow.
I heard it's like number one.
Number one in the charts and number one in all of our hearts.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Dropping Daisies, for that.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Donnie.
We're here. We are here with Tony and Nick Chiappetta from Chiappetta Shoes. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much.
Doing
for being
great.
on the show.
Fantastic. I'm like a million times better that I stepped into Luigi's and I'm sitting here with you boys right now. So.
I know this is a good time.
Having some good public craft brewer too.
Who doesn't love
Hey,
public
this
craft?
sour ale, this key lime pie sour ale,
Pretty tasty, huh?
wow.
Yup.
It's solid.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a sour guy, you could drink this.
There we go.
Highly recommend.
We're gonna get him to record a commercial for us.
I think he just did.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I've been trying to get you guys on the show for a little bit now, and now you're finally here. My dream has come true. So we're
I
just
know you've
like-
been raving
we
about
like-
these guys forever. And
I
I'm
know. I
like-
was like, they're cool. Let's get them on the show.
I'm like, why?
Well, you're gonna find out why on this episode.
They
of the
sell
Ktown.
shoes.
We touch feet all day.
Yeah,
That's why. Yeah.
They're the Al Bundys of Kenosha.
Jesus Christ.
I go by.
We are.
Yeah, you're Al. I'll be Griff. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, I like that.
Griff,
I like
Griff's-
I can be
Griff's
Al.
man.
I can be Al. My wife would concur.
I should have done Married with Children trivia. Darn it.
I should have did a Married Children intro.
Ah.
But whatever. Well, we want
I
to
think
just...
of the best ideas like on the fly.
Yeah, I had the fly. That's right. Edit. But let's get to know you guys. You guys grew up in Kenosha?
Nope.
No. Oh, tell us the story.
Go ahead, Nick.
Well, our dad's from Kenosha, mom's from Racine.
Okay.
So we grew
won
up.
that battle.
Yeah, so she won the battle. We grew up in West Racine, but dad's business was here, so we kind of grew up in both cities, really, to be honest with you. And we played ice hockey for Kenosha Comets, so went to school, Racine, hockey, business, Kenosha. So
Yeah. West Racine, great place to grow up back in the day. There was like 8,000 kids all within like 2 miles. So it was
You get
cool.
the best of both worlds.
It was cool. Yeah, it was
Kenosha
nice.
Racine.
Yeah. And with hockey, you got to really know, back then, Kenosha Comets had like a huge program and got to know a lot of people from both Racine and Kenosha. It was kind of a cool, hockey's a thing where it's like, it draws a lot of people from a lot of different areas. So, got to know a lot of people.
Did you both play?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he was a goalie, I was a forward, but
So did you ever score on your own brother?
all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never. But no, growing up, we were St. Ed St. Cat's kids, and being in the store. When our parents had us in the store like after school every single day, so like we got to know Kenosha
Really well.
the community. The coolest thing growing up. So our grandpa died at 44, and we never knew our grandpa, but like the coolest thing growing up was always like, hearing stories from like customers. Oh, hey, I used to gamble with your grandpa and he was crazy. And, we used to have 15 martinis every single night. We never had a hangover, that kind of thing. But no, it was just cool, being a part of business that's been around forever.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, forever, I can kind of give you, the listener, a little brief history of Chiappetta Shoes. It's a long-time shoe shop here in Kenosha, over 100 years now here in Kenosha.
Congratulations on that.
Mhm.
It was opened by Charles Chiappetta around 1920 over on 5107 13th Avenue, right over by the railroad tracks. It was his
Fact
first
check.
shop.
True.
There you go. That's true. Yep.
That was his first. It was a repair shop for a few years.
Oh.
And then around 1924, he moved to his longtime location at 1752nd Street.
Oh.
He was there until 1991. Do you guys remember that place at all?
We do. Oh, yeah.
You do? Okay, you're old enough to remember that.
I was born in that house.
Okay.
Not literally in the house, St. Luke's and Racine. But,
What's some of your earliest memories of that shop?
earliest memory? I can remember. So sitting on the floor in the basement, and this is like old school cellar basement with like shoes all over the place. My grandma had Dobermans because she got robbed a couple times in like the 70s and 80s. But I remember like maybe 2 years old, I was crawling on the floor, and a Doberman that's like 8 times as big as I am, like pushing me with her snout. That's like my first memory.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
It was a cool basement because the house and it's still there. The building is attached to the house. You had to go down in the basement and then back up. So it was really creepy. So
The store was connected to
the store was
house.
connected.
Yeah.
So my grandma, like if she was working there and she wasn't, terribly busy at those times, she'd start getting, dinner because she had 3 kids. So
Yeah.
she'd start dinner, go back down, help somebody, come back, hey, go check on dinner,
Like, it smells like lasagna.
It smells like,
Yeah, the store buzzer for the store
I
door
like
was
that.
inside the house,
Yeah.
and
Oh, cool.
it was
Wow.
like,
Yeah, it was a cool house.
yeah, it's cool growing up. So
Yeah, I kind of remember being there vaguely at that building there, the shoe shop.
It was really small. It was like
500 square feet.
500 square feet. Wow. Say 4.
When I was doing some digging and reading about it, he had some issues with the city trying to like connect the shop and the house. They were fighting
Yep.
him on it, and
Yep.
with like between residential and business. This
he
and that.
bought the house and then built the store with some friends of his, I guess.
Okay,
And
cool.
Yeah. So
But back then, there wasn't that many city officials that be like, hey, what are you doing?
Oh, whatever you want to do, just do it.
yeah,
pretty much, yeah.
Forget about it.
Slide the 5. And then in 1991, they moved to the location on an uptown area on 62nd
Yep.
and 22nd Avenue there. It's the home of like a computer place,
Yeah,
computer adventure
it's
now. I
still,
believe.
it's been there.
they're the ones that moved in when we left.
Oh, really?
And they're still there.
Good for them. Good. That's
Yeah, well,
awesome.
yeah, good for them.
And then in 1999, they moved to their more recent location, 6821 39th Avenue.
I remember that
They
one.
were there for the last 24 years, and they just moved in their brand new place.
Yeah, boy, it looks
Which we'll get into that in a little bit,
amazing.
but-
It looks great. Yeah, we'll get into that later. But wow, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That is fantastic.
When you were growing up, were you like assuming you were going to take on the role of a shoe shop, or did you have any other kind of aspirations? Like, did you want to go and do something besides being a pro hockey player? of
So
course?
I wanted to be a pro hockey player. I watched Twister, and it blew my mind as a kid. And I legit wanted to be like a weatherman
Oh,
for
wow.
quite a long time. From a very young age on, we were always just like in the shop. Nick used to ride, cardboard down the back stairs, which was highly dangerous. But we would break down boxes. We make custom orthotics. We have like a lab. We did it from early 80s on. So it was always cool. Oh, we can, use a grinding machine and all this stuff. And just growing up in the lab, in the retail environment, it was just something that was never pushed on us. But it was, it was kind of just something that happened very organically. So,
So when you graduated high school, what did you want to be when you grew up, Nick? What was your plan then?
I was gonna be like a finance guy,
Boring.
I know. Like Gordon Gekko said, a lot of cocaine and strippers, It's not like your boring one,
now you got bunions.
Yeah. But
Did you go to college,
I went to college. Yeah, I went to school for. I graduated with marketing and finance degrees and graduated in 2008, and obviously it was a pretty shitty time to graduate. I had student loans to start paying, so I went back into the business because there was nothing really out there except for like unpaid internships. And I'm like, I'll get back to it. But
I didn't want to go anywhere. So.
Yeah, no, I never left.
Did you both kind of make the decision to get into it together, or
Not really.
I always knew that I wanted to be a part of the business. So, like when I went to college, I wanted to play hockey, but I knew I wasn't going to be a pro or anything like that. And I was like, all right, I'm going to have a good time, enjoying myself. But I always knew I wanted to be a retailer. I wanted to be a business person. And I'm a certified pedorthist, so I make custom orthotics. So
Certified
that was
what?
Certified pedorthist. So there's podiatrists that are foot doctors. We're pedorthists, not pedophiles. So
Okay.
don't screw that up. So, like, I always knew I wanted to get into the business from high school on. And
you're kind of just ingrained by it. By your family through generation and generation. You have to grow to admire that.
yeah, and it was. I think people, growing up in the business and all that stuff, you talk to a lot of people that are third generation, second generation even, third generation, fourth generation. And people don't they don't appreciate what is given to them. And, our station in life, and thank Christ we're born in America and all that stuff, and look at everything else going on. But, it's just appreciate where you are. And, we all have dreams. But you have to blend reality with what you have in life, and if you appreciate things, like I grew up in the shoe business. We would sit down. Some of my earliest memories would be like sitting in the shoe store and just watching my grandma and my my dad and other people sell shoes, and just watching the whole process.
Interact with the public.
Yeah,
things like
and
that.
just picking up on little things oh hey, they shook their hand, that got them to sit down and all that stuff. So
And Grandma would be like, "Hey, Tony, what are you doing? Get in the back and start sweeping up."
put on my Virginia Slim,
Was there a point when you guys were younger, I hate this place. I hate this.
No, because
never had it.
No, because they would pay us, hey, you need to sweep up, or put these shoes away, if you do that and you do a good job, you'll get a G.I. Joe or something. So it was
reward.
it was reward. I mean, they're paying. My grandma would tell us if we didn't do a good job, but
Very explicitly.
yeah.
Well, it sounds like you guys had a very close family. I mean, everybody's involved in this business, so that had to feel good. We want to carry this tradition.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Another.
probably,
It was a calculated decision from my part. I knew what I had, and I knew that at some point I would be able to make something special out of this. And I consider what we've done with the new shop and just continuing. 102 years is that's insane. But I consider what we've done special, and that's something that I take a lot of pride in. So just even we're one store. It's not a 50 store operation or anything crazy like that
Yet.
But
I don't want that.
no, I don't want
I don't want that headache. No.
But we have a lot of knowledge that nobody else has. Literally, we do things custom. We make custom inserts, and
Well, we'll get into that.
Don't tease.
A little teaser. So you guys, you're very family together all the time at the shops. I want to know the dirt. Did you get mad at your parents?
My parents? No, we don't.
No?
No, my mom. She will.
Oh,
No.
okay.
My dad, you can mess with. My dad, no.
You get the newspaper.
It's the wooden spoon right over the knuckles.
oh yeah,
No, me and Tony go at it a little bit occasionally, but it's fine. We're fine 2 seconds later.
we like having the conversation.
It's more like we speak loudly at each other.
Yeah. Well, being in small business, whether we're family or not, we like to say, you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yep.
You know,
Because you're not going to agree on everything.
No.
right?
It's going to be shit every single day. So
At the end of the day, you're still family. It's business. When it comes to it, you might disagree, might get into it, but
And then
let
you
it
just
go.
come to the conclusion, hey, what's best for business? What's best for you? What's best for you? What's best for the customers?
Yeah.
Choose your battles and kind of.
Yeah.
yeah, and you know, we just built a new store, which if we're going to get to it later, it's fine.
Oh,
but,
did you? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, we built a new store, and
It's a gigantic
yeah,
store.
it's
right
huge,
there.
huge. But like literally everything that we did in the store was like the third or fourth like decision or iteration, and it's like every single part of it was an argument, and not in a bad way, but like
Well, it's more like a discussion, not an argument.
Well,
no, it was argument.
it was argument. I don't like that color. No, that option cost $20,000 more. No, we're not doing that.
Well, at least they agree on that.
Right.
That was an argument,
So when did you guys like officially? You guys are in Kenosha now. You live in Kenosha now.
Nope.
So what age were you guys when you came and decided to make Kenosha where you live?
I bought my first house. It was a duplex at 23. So I
Oh, okay.
came down.
He
That
did
was,
it smart.
yeah, that was a good idea. 20, yeah, so I don't know. It was, 2010, I think I bought my first house.
And your decision was like, hey, we got a store here. We're doing this.
Yeah, at that point, I fully bought in. I lived in like South Milwaukee for like a year, and that was kind of like when I graduated, I was like, oh, what am I doing? I said, no, I'm going to do this.
got the
I'm
year
going
to
into
figure it
retail. Yeah,
out. Okay.
I'm doing this. So, and then bought my duplex, rented out one side, lived in the other.
Make that
and
money.
Make that money.
Smart.
And yeah, so no, that was it. 2010. I said, yep, this is home. So
Nice.
Yeah, for me, I graduated GW Milwaukee, and I lived up there for 3.5 years after. And I like, being in the city and all that stuff. And I figured I was going to meet, somebody for the rest of my life. At being up there was a better chance of being down here.
Yeah.
Ended up meeting my wife on the sales floor through my mother-in-law, who finagled that situation through. She scoped me out for like 2 months, and she had some bunions that she had surgery on. She needed some help. So, the bunions, it all goes back to the bunions. So we
What
dated.
a great love story. I love it.
It all starts with bunions.
It's all about bunions.
So we dated for a while. Ended up before we got married, we bought a house here in Kenosha, south side by Snap-on.
Okay.
Actually, just sold
Oh.
back in June, and I moved back to Racine.
Oh.
I'm living in Mount
Traitor.
Pleasant.
Oh, man.
All right.
There's this other show called Racine
All right, we got to cut the
Connects.
show.
Yeah, damn it. It's interesting though. So, like when I was going through the process, talking to a lot of people, Kenosha is having this huge influx of people from Northern Illinois, and we see it from our customers and our, just talking to the sales force and like, hey, where's people coming from? Oh yeah, we had people coming up, and they don't want to get, totally screwed by taxes down there, so they're buying all their groceries, and they're starting to move up here, and that's been the last, couple of years been trend, but. As a part of my process, we got in a good situation. Customer of mine was looking to downsize. We found this house. We liked it. We just had our third kid. We needed more space, yada, yada, yada. But talking to other customers, you're seeing some Kenosha people moving up to Racine. So it's like a weird migration pattern.
Yep.
And, I mean, we get so many people from both sides. We're not... We draw pretty far.
Plus, you can network down. You live in Racine. Hey, come on down to Kenosha,
Exactly.
buy some shoes. Yeah, see?
Spread it
There we
out,
go. Yeah, see? He's got the Kenosha market covered. You got the Racine covered.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. All right, I think with that, we'll take our first break, and we'll come back, and we'll get into that awesome new building.
Oh, they have a new
just moved
building?
in.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Oh, it
know.
is
I didn't hear.
beautiful. We'll be back. Whether you're in the market for a new home or just want to sell the one you have, contact Shannyn Franklin of ReMax Newport Elite for all your real estate needs.
Shannyn will deliver outstanding and honest service to get you what you're looking for at the right price.
Shannyn knows Kenosha and is excited to help you on your real estate journey.
Call her at 262-960-5182 or click that link down in those show notes to learn more. Frank's Diner, 508 58th Street, has been a Kenosha icon since 1926.
This classic establishment offers up sassy service with scrumptious breakfast and lunches.
Try their signature garbage plate and check out and see what's on their specials for today.
You mean Kevin? He's special.
Yes, he is, and so is the food.
Stop in at Frank's, open 7 days a week in downtown Kenosha. And we're back from that break.
We are back from that break.
And
Thank you so much to our sponsors for providing us with that break.
Yeah, what a great break it was.
We wouldn't be able to do it without them.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't.
We wouldn't have a break.
You're right. We just continue going through. And we are here with Tony and Nick Chiappetta from Chiappetta Shoes. They are located at 4820 75th Street.
Wait. 75th Street? I thought they were on 39th Avenue.
Not anymore, baby.
Oh, my gosh.
They got a brand new store. So gigantic, you can't miss it.
Wow, I can't wait to hear about this.
Yep. You can give them a call, 262-657-9142. Look them up online, chiappettashoes.com. Follow them on
Two P's, two T's.
There you go. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. Who runs all those? You got to hire somebody for that. Oh, you.
We got peoples.
Very nice. And your hours are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30. Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 4:29 p.m.
Yeah, 429.
Saturdays 429.
I gotta figure what? I thought that was
Yeah.
a website mistake.
No, it's 429, and not a minute later.
Yeah, you got to get your weekend started.
It's a little
right?
story
It goes
behind
back
that.
to my grandma.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hear the story.
Yeah, so back then, you had the little sign in the window. You put the little white letters to the grid.
Mm-hmm.
She ran out of zeros.
No, ran out of threes.
No, four. Oh, maybe it was three.
She ran out of
She ran out of threes.
Okay.
She ran out of a number.
Yeah.
So she put 429.
I love it. I love
And then
it.
everybody, would come in. They'd start laughing about it. We still get people laughing about it. So we just kept it.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Kind of like George Mark's close.
That was
for
like
a minute.
1991 when we moved 26.
I love that.
So
I know. I was like, is this wrong with their website?
yeah, people are always like, you got a little error. No, there's no error.
No.
You better not come in at 4:30.
Yeah.
Doors are locked.
Weekend has started.
We don't care how much money you got. Nope, ain't doing it.
All right, so let's kind of get into this. Can you describe Chiappetta Shoes to somebody who's unfamiliar with the business?
Chiappetta Shoes is an old school sit and fit customer service focused experience. You will not have a better situation of buying a pair of shoes compared to Chiappetta Shoes. Ain't no better than Chiappetta is what we like to say. Wow. Did I lay that on thick or did I lay that on
I swear
thick?
we didn't rehearse that.
No rehearsal.
He rehearses every night. He tells
Every
his
day.
kids that. He's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Freddie, Bruno, Carm. Come here. We're going to say this
this is
together.
it.
Yeah.
We're reciting it.
It's going to be written in cursive over their dining room table.
It is, actually.
Literally.
So you guys just moved to this new location. You were located on 39th Avenue for over 20 years, right?
23 years.
23
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to go back to those last couple of years at the shop on 39th Avenue. When did you realize that you wanted to move and you were just...
Well, I guess, when did you guys take control of the business?
oh, good, yeah.
Our parents are still heavily involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean,
You didn't fire them yet?
Every day.
I fire my dad every day, and he still shows up. He tells me, hey, fire me. All right, you're fired.
Okay, you're done.
2 hours later, after he gets off the golf course, he comes back. So, yeah, I was bored. He'll always be. He'll never leave. But no, so I mean, it's big partnership. I would say when we started to really look, it was like 2018.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I graduated 2008. You were 2010.
No, I'm saying when we started
And
looking for a
then-
new business, it was 2018. Well, a new location. We wanted to be in a new location by 100 years. A little thing
And
happened.
at this point, you guys were pretty much in charge, correct?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah. It was. We got four heads all butting
okay.
against each
Yeah.
other.
day-to-day stuff, all that.
You were in charge, but you're kind of running the show a little bit,
Yes.
guys. Kind
Yeah.
of thing, yeah.
If,
And our parents-
if my mom's listening, no, she's the boss.
Of course.
She writes the paychecks.
You guys
Love
are
you, Mom.
Well, you guys are the faces of the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom does not like to be on camera. But yeah, we started looking in 2018. We want to be in a new location at 100 years. Something happened called COVID. I don't know if you heard about this.
Yes, I heard all
Yeah.
about that.
But yeah, so that happened. We kind of shut it down because the whole world didn't know what the heck was gonna
You're like,
happen.
are we going to be able to even reopen?
Sure.
What's
Yeah.
going on
I
here?
mean, businesses had to get creative, which we did, and we got through it. And in 2000,
Even during that process, though, we had been looking actively for quite a long time.
commercial real estate's hard to come across.
And it was pretty. I mean, the spot was nice, but it was pretty small for what you guys had
Yeah.
in mind and what you wanted to bring to the company going forward.
Yeah, we outgrew that space probably in 2000. I mean, every nook and cranny was filled.
Literally, stairs.
Yeah.
We had shoes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we tell the fire department, hey, if there's a fire, don't come. It's
the
gonna
hell
burn
outta
for
here.
3 weeks. A lot of cardboard.
Yeah.
But we outgrew that space, and we just came across this location, and the ugliest building in Kenosha for the longest time.
The Omega, the
was
former Omega
so ugly.
burger, right?
And
Yeah.
I was driving past, and I saw the outside was cleaned up a little bit. I'm like, oh, it's looking pretty good. And then a week later, a month later, all of a sudden,
Just magically
I was like, we got to look at this because everything checked the boxes.
The owners were like fixing
location.
up everything, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So with our business, we always knew that we want our 39th Avenue was 5,300 square feet approximately. We made it to 2023 with the last 2 years of having a warehouse space where Principe used to be.
Okay.
And that was like the
okay.
only way that we would have made it through that time period. So thank God for Mike, retiring and putting the business up for sale, or his building up for sale. It kind of all worked out just like perfectly, but we wanted to about triple our overall size. And we were at 5,300 square feet. And we knew that, like, inventory, like in the shoe business, it's all about inventory.
Yeah,
you
what you got?
got to have product on hand.
They don't
to
want
be
to
able
wait.
sell stuff.
No, especially in today's day and age where, if you don't have
Supply
inventory, they're going to go
chains
somewhere else. They're
yeah.
going to go online. They're
Yeah.
going to do whatever.
Yeah.
So you got to have it.
Yeah, consumer demand or consumer behavior plus just the supply chain is crazy still. So we knew we wanted a lot of space. So we were kind of looking around all over the place. We were really interested in the old Jazzercise building on 31.
Oh.
And that owner, we negotiated for like a year. And the price, he wouldn't come down. And it hadn't been sitting vacant for a long time. And it just didn't work out. I'm like, all right, we'll keep looking. So
I want to ask this. I heard a hot rumor before you guys bought that place that you were looking at the old bank building downtown. Was there any truth to that?
Little.
I reached out. Yeah.
I was like, that's never going to happen. But
Well, that guy wanted a crazy number too,
Yeah.
because he had. I think there's a daycare that also is a
That's
rental
around the
property.
back. Yeah.
So he had some income coming in from that.
Oh, the Chase Bank building?
yeah.
Yeah,
right there.
I
at
mean, it was
6th and-
Yeah.
beautiful. But,
But,
for us,
we
we
looked
need
into
parking.
it.
And,
Parking.
there's no
Well,
parking.
there's parking there. But when we looked into it, the roof would have been like $1 million to replace, and just the costs of not just the renovation, but like getting into the place
Yeah.
would have been just sky high.
And parking. I mean, there's a parking
Parking's
lot
the basic.
behind there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know how people drive downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, did you guys want to be downtown? Was that like your priority or just?
We were considering it. I was looking into it. Everybody else was saying, no, Tony, stop doing what you're doing. And that kind of makes me think
Don't get me wrong.
the opposite.
I love downtown Kenosha. Like me and my wife, we have a date night. We try to spend our time down there.
Yeah.
Businesses, all that stuff. Great. Love the atmosphere. Looking at it as a business owner, that wouldn't have been the move for us. You know,
And we talked to
it's what we wanted.
Antaramian 2 or 3 times before we found our current location. And, we approached him, and I said, hey, John, we'd love to be a part of downtown in the future and all that stuff. Are there opportunities or anything like that? And nothing ever came of it. So, it's just,
Well, you're just looking like you look at a bunch of different
Right,
places.
sure,
Oh,
right.
It'd be great to be here.
because we heard,
Nothing was off the table, but,
Yeah.
I think
Public bought that building for
Right.
$1, or Whittico bought it, hey.
You're going to invest in downtown, buy this building for $1.
And we didn't ask specifically
Right.
for that, but we were just,
Well, they should have offered it.
whatever.
you pay me $1.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but that would have been a nice location, right?
Well, it would
down
have been
there.
cool. It would have been really cool. And,
But you guys got a great spot right
Right.
now where you're at right now.
Yeah.
And I'm the history guy, so I can give you a little history about the
Ooh.
building
Oh,
here that you're
let's
in
hear
now.
it.
At 4820
Lay it out,
75th
baby.
Street. It was built in 1979. It was Captain's Steak Joint from 79 to 88.
Wow.
And then it became a bunch of different things. It was Pacho O'Malley's for a couple years. Entree Amigos from 91 to 93.
Don't remember that.
Omega Custard
I remember that.
from 98 to 2001, just 3 years. That's it.
Okay.
that was
it.
longer.
Well, I thought it was longer, too.
But they put a lot of work in. They really changed
Yeah.
the look of it, so you kind of like remember
Wasn't it
it.
like a bar dance club after that or
It
something?
was King Buffet for a while,
Oh,
and it
that's
was
right.
Bragodos Restaurant
Oh, okay.
for a couple years, and it's been empty for almost 10 years, it looked like.
This has been a long time.
So when you guys took it over, was all the restaurant equipment still in there? and
No,
everything?
the developer gutted.
Gutted
He
everything.
whitewalled, or he
They kind of cleaned the whole place up, didn't they?
it was
Well, no, he did a huge job.
Yeah.
So we were looking all over the place, right? We needed at least 10,000 square foot.
Wow,
we were looking for buildings for at least 10,000 square feet.
Wow.
The old Jazzercise building was right at 10. And then the old Harley Davidson on 52nd.
Oh, right.
Now, 2020, we all know what happened. B&L Office Furniture was also looking at the same time. So we're both kind of looking for the same size, and we didn't know we're both doing the same thing. And I think it's Kevin, I can't remember his first name, but we both have been looking at the same buildings. So we looked at the Ukes Harley Davidson, the old one, and that took it would have taken a lot of renovation because it was a good size, but...
That was across from Shopko, right?
Yes. Yeah. And location wasn't as good. And then we found this place. The guy that we bought it from was a developer. He bought it like end of 2020, I want to say. And I think he didn't buy it for much, but he put a ton of work into it. Did the parking lot, did the roof, did the whole facade, because it had looked terrible. Like, we didn't even consider the place because it just looked so bad.
Yeah.
And then like one day in October of 21, December of 21, it was like, oh, hey, that's starting to look nice. And right when we started looking, I think there was like 3 other bids on the place. And, it kind of all worked out where it wasn't like it wasn't a terrible process.
Well, I think you have a prime location now. You're right there on 75th Street. The construction's pretty much done there.
So besides, you said you have a great inventory now. What else kind of new aspects you brought to this new location?
Well, selection. So we were able to, that ties into inventory, but, we're doing, clothing to home goods to, our shoe store is our main DNA, but we're offering a little bit, other array, handbags, things like that as well.
Stuff to complement the shoes.
Stuff to complement. And,
great gift ideas.
We're getting a lot of local, business, local pickups from our website, chiapettashoes.com.
2-piece.
But no, we're getting a lot of local pickup with that. But yeah, having a little bit more offerings. But our main DNA, sit and fit, problem solving, shoes. We do full repair work and custom inserts, custom orthotics as well for your feet. So a little
And being a part of the new location, we had 2 things we wanted to do for sure. Obviously, we want to triple the overall space, which I mentioned before, but. I wanted a giant window into the workshop. And, you talk about like instant validation on what you're doing. When people can see the process, it's huge, right? Yeah. Whether it's repair, or custom orthotics, and all that stuff. So that was like a for sure thing that we had to do. So that was number 1. And then number 2, we wanted to do a shoe lash chandelier. So something like kind of really unique and special, and I don't think there's another one in the world, but
huge. Brandon Minga from Kenosha, he did the work. Great artist. He's got a shop up in Milwaukee called House of Rad.
Minga Dime. House of Rad. Yeah.
House of Rad is his company.
He's a cool guy. Yeah. So so we worked with Brandon Minga for the artwork and did like it's 11 feet diameter.
It's big.
Right.
It's insane. I've seen that.
Yeah, it's cool. So.
Wow. What don't you guys do at Chiappetta Shoes? Really? I mean, you have
zippers.
everything there.
We do not do zippers. Don't bring me zippers.
Yeah, if you guys zipper repair,
no zippers.
So what sets you guys apart from all these other shoe stores?
Our number 1 instant thing that you recognize when you walk into our shop is like the fact that we're going to sit down one-on-one, measure you up, and just have a conversation. So that's the biggest thing is the old school customer service. You go back 15, 20 years. You could go to Sears and get customer service, right? So the bar has been lowered, which is, good for us. But we still offer top-notch customer service. And that what that means, a lot of younger people, when you talk to people about what customer service means that are maybe 40, 45 and younger, what most people would say is, oh, hey, free returns, free shipping, all that kind of shit. What real customer service is saving you 2 hours of time from researching online and reading through 8,000 customer reviews on Amazon and sitting with a professional and figuring out what you need. And in half an hour, you got the perfect solution.
And you feel you're happy. You're like, oh my God, these people actually care about me. And that goes a long way in today's world.
Yeah. I mean, so that's really, at the end of the day, that's the most important part. And, teaching people to care, whether it's new salespeople, It's something you got to teach nowadays because it's not
Right.
it's not ingrained, especially after 2020. It's not ingrained in people's brains, and even if you're not used to that for a lot of the younger people, you sit down and you're like, oh wow, this is different, So that's a huge part. And then the custom orthotics, I'd say we make the best custom inserts in the country, hands down.
Well, you've
no
won
better.
a lot of awards.
Yeah.
You've won a lot of major awards.
Yeah.
Major.
Best shoe store
Yes.
in the entire damn country.
Yep.
Wow. 2 times last year.
Wow. See?
2 different publications. So we won the top shoe store, and this is before we were in the new shop.
Oh, see.
So we won the best shoe store in the country for one publication that's essentially a secret shopper type situation.
Oh.
And that one I actually take a lot of pride in because it's an actual experience for
Right.
somebody.
Yeah.
They grade you. There's maybe 40 or 50 other stores that are a part of that process that win.
cut,
So there's a group of people.
Very cool.
And then there's another one that was kind of like a peer review kind of thing. Anybody could vote, and that's more of a popularity contest. But we were up against some big players. Another shop that Beck Shoes out of the West Coast. They had 24 stores last year.
Wow.
And another one on the West Coast that had 13 stores. So one
You
little
guys just
shop in
have
Kenosha.
one shop.
Yeah.
Family owned. I mean, that you guys have to be very proud of that.
So we got to ask, what's next for Chiappetta Shoes? You got your great new spot. What's the future bring?
Yeah.
We'd like to do a little more events. We'd love to do a fashion show. We've talked about that for a while. So as far as like a local, we got the perfect spot for it. We can do it. That'd be kind of cool. More event based. Celebrate local. Kenosha in general. We're still going to be with our parking. We can do. We still do our tent sale. We do some events. We do food trucks, local food trucks out there. So it's fun. It gives us the space to really branch out and do different things.
Yeah, and bring the community together. I mean, that's really, you have enough space there, like you said. I want to touch on this annual tent sale that you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big event. It's been a big event for many years. What preparation goes into this?
Well, a lot. It was 2020 actually. It was
Never did a tent sale
Never
before.
did a tent sale. It was July. Everybody was nervous. Everybody was wearing face masks. They didn't want to go inside. We're like, we always do our big July sale. July's the biggest month. We were thinking, we're like, tent sale. Let's do it.
We
it's
were in
outside.
crisis mode that whole year. Okay, how are we
We
gonna
gotta make her.
continue to do business?
Yep. So, what goes into it is a lot of preparation. It's fun. It's different. It takes about a month.
Okay.
Start to finish. As far as
So you're not
maybe-
prepping for next year already, are you?
No.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I mean, yes,
It's every
and no.
6 months. It's a 6 month
so we
process.
do our buying
Okay.
6 to 9 months, 12 months in advance sometimes. So we kind of know what's going to be discontinued or
Okay.
what's not. So we can identify, we can get an early start on certain things, but then sometimes it's like, no, let's cut. And we're not carrying this color, this style, or what have you. And then all of a sudden we got to add that to the list. But
Yeah. So I mean, planning wise with the new store, we got a lot more space. So we thought offering. We're not going to be like a wedding event place or anything like that, but just being able to celebrate retail and working with Brandon Minga. We aren't going to do anything this year, but next year. I love art. My wife's an art teacher at St. Joe's, and I thought that it would be cool to do more events. But also maybe do an art gala where
very
twice a year, 4 times a year, we have artists that put together, a collection of stuff. We display it in the store and then sell it one night, that kind of stuff. So,
Very cool.
So we do custom orthotics, and it's not rocket science. It's literally just listening to people and figuring out how the ground can bring bring you up to snuff. And inserts and all that stuff is something that the profession itself, when I first got started in pit orthotics, there was over 4,000 people. There's less than 400 right now.
Whoa.
And just the insert making process is very minimal. So with our knowledge, we were looking at our website. We rebuilt everything on Shopify. We did everything huge this year. Where we built a new store, we put in all new software in, huge process of just all the overhaul. Our website's finally really up to snuff. It's got a good platform and everything.
Beautiful, yeah.
Thank
Great
you.
setup.
It's been years of just back and forth. But, with our website, we want to offer, we want to be the number one over-the-counter insert retailer, e-commerce option in the country by 2025. And for us to get there, we're going to eventually, probably starting beginning of next year, develop like a questionnaire. If you want to look at a really cool website, go to thirdlove.com. They sell bras, and they have a very interesting survey that they do they have like triple the amount of bra sizes for women. And it's a very similar concept and process that we want to offer for solving foot problems. So, our focus is going to be a marketplace for over-the-counter inserts.
I like that.
And that's the big plan.
Always evolving, you guys are always. So last question for you guys. Do you want your kids to take over from you guys? Is that the plan? No pressure, right?
No pressure, Freddie, Bruno, or Carmelo.
If they'd like, but
Well, I guess the more kids you have, the more chance one of them
Yeah,
will
you know,
take
that's
over.
why I'm having more kids, you know?
we got 5 between us. So
Yeah, so at least one of them will take over. Come on.
You would hope so.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's the goal.
I am stating this as a
this
matter
is your
of fact.
plight in life, boys.
I do
is
tell
why
my
you were
boys
born.
every single day.
Don't
3 things.
disappoint Dad.
To be a Chiappetta, you're a shoe dog. You are a Roman, and you are a fighter.
Oh, I like that.
Those are 3 things.
He's not lying.
I literally every day.
All right, that's Chiappetta Shoes. They're located at 4820 75th Street. Find them online at Chiappetta Shoes, 2 P's, 2 T's. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. They're open Monday through Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays.
Wow, I can't wait to come in. I can't wait. Look at these shoes. I know you're judging my shoes. I'm wearing some Toms. You're judging, right?
A little bit.
You're like,
A little
oh,
bit.
God, this guy.
I told you we shouldn't have done
I know.
this.
I thought he was cool till I saw
out.
his shoes.
All right, we got to take our last break here. We'll be right back with some Kenosha Connects and our trivia. So don't touch that dial.
Aaron Hunzinger of AHDidIt is a local industrial artist who specializes in lighting creations, custom furniture, and much more.
Each piece he creates is a one-of-a-kind, guaranteed to never be duplicated, and is handcrafted with extensive care and imagination.
No project is too big or small.
For more, find Aaron on social media under AHDidIt. That's all one word.
In 2024, Kenosha will be electing a new mayor for the first time since 2016.
Did you know that for the past 31 years, Kenosha's only had 2 mayors?
We have new options available in 2024. And how well do you know these mayoral candidates?
The primary election in Kenosha is in February, and Ktown Connects is organizing a very special event where all of Kenosha can get to know these candidates and make an informed decision of where your vote should go.
Jason and I don't know much about politics, so we got someone who does. This event will be moderated by WIP's very own Pete Sarzan.
Come out to the Rhodey Center for the Arts in downtown Kenosha on Sunday, February 4th at 2 p.m. Admission is a $2 suggested donation to the Rhodey Center.
Know your vote 2024.
Find more details on ktownconnects.com.
And we're back from that break.
And what a break it was.
Yes, it is. And what time is it now?
It's time for Kenosha Connects. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
And that's brought to you by Union Park Tavern. Every Friday, get on down to Union Park Tavern, 4520 8th Avenue, for their famous fish fry. Did you know, Donnie, it's voted best in Kenosha for over the last decade?
I did.
But that's not all. Union Park Tavern serves up great food every day, including their weekend brunches. And they offer plenty of entertainment, live music, trivia night, karaoke night, and get this, more.
Wow.
Be sure to check out the #1 beer selection in town and their handcrafted cocktails. That's Union Park Tavern, 4520 8th Avenue.
I love Union Park Tavern. I was just there before the show. I had a good time with Angie and Ben.
Who doesn't?
Union
How could
Park
you not
rules.
like Union Park
I
Tavern?
mean, it's the #1 spot.
So is Lucci. Lucci's good too.
Lucci's
Lucci's
and
good.
so is Public. They're all great.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Where in Kenosha would you guys recommend someone going on a first date?
Ooh, that's a good one. First date.
First date. Maybe like this time.
I'd class it up. I'd go house scared.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
pretty
you gotta wow them a little bit, you know. Like, this is some different shit.
And then
Nah,
disappoint them after that.
We're going to Fex next. Sorry, babe.
That Fex is a good.
No offense, Fex.
Here's some tater tots.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Favorite famous Kenosian, living or dead, whatever.
Who's that? Who's the guy?
Don't say Mark Ruffalo.
Well, he's not really Kenosha. I mean, he is.
He's not.
Probably Michi, right?
Oh.
Yeah, probably Michi.
Famous Kenosha?
Probably.
Ray Barris.
Ray
I mean, he wasn't really famous a little bit.
He's a sports guy, right?
Yeah, he was
Yeah, he was catcher,
for the
pitching
Cubs.
coach for the White Sox.
White Sox.
Yeah, he worked for my great-grandpa back in the day,
Oh,
like
cool.
a million years ago.
Yeah,
All that
he did.
stuff. Yeah.
That's the first time we've heard that name, I think.
Yeah. I
Ray
like
Barris.
Yeah.
All right. What was your last great meal you had in Kenosha?
Well, I just
Bagel egg sandwich, bacon, American, and scrambled from Daily Dose Cafe.
Oh.
Now, this isn't on the menu. It's one of those special makeup sandwiches.
Oh, it's a Tony
but
sandwich.
it used to be. Jennifer
know who
used
I
to
am?
have it. Yeah. It's fantastic. It's like like 2 whole meals. It's unbelievably good.
I had the coffee pot Sunday morning.
Ooh, yeah.
Percolator.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was at Hobnob, but Hobnob's actually, I think, technically in Racine.
No, how
Yeah,
about this
no,
Kenosha?
no, I don't think so. I think it.
Yeah, because Bob's on Sheridan is technically racing.
Well,
as
I think the way it is, it's in Kenosha, but it's
The billing address
the
or-
post office is Racine.
So,
The
okay.
post office serves
Hobnob
that
is
area.
So
Kenosha.
I had Hobnob Saturday night, and then I had
Must have been
coffee
nice.
pot Sunday morning. That was great.
Oh, sounds like a good weekend.
Jeez.
yeah, that's
that
was good.
Jeez, you take me on it.
Talk about Kenosha, can I?
You got it.
All right, guys. What is something about Kenosha you would like a new resident to know?
There is great public brewery craft beer available. It is fantastic. I'm really enjoying this.
Great
Pie.
restaurants like Luigi's that we're in right now. But, you know, a lot of good restaurants, a lot of good things to do downtown, across the entire county.
Yeah, you even compare Kenosha to Racine. I mean, like,
a million
there's
things.
so many more independent shops.
Yes.
Like,
That's
like
beauty of
this, food, you know, shopping. There's not a ton, but I mean, there's a few guys like us.
It's really a unique town in that manner.
What closed Kenosha business would you like to see brought back?
Because I eat pizza all the time. Tori Ulysse was a good one. I don't know if you remember that
I
one.
don't remember that one.
They were Sicilian. They came here. They were over on 52nd. Now it's a barbecue joint, I want to say, or something like that. That was a good one. No, not that we need more pizza places, but that was a good one. I liked their pies a lot. It was delicious. Outside of that, you know what? I'm going to throw it back to the old family members. My great uncle had a clothing store.
Yeah.
Back, Mr. Chip's clothing store. It
Chip's
was like
downtown.
we had clothing and shoes.
Okay.
My great uncle ran a clothing store through the 90s. And then my direct family ran the shoe store. We always ran the shoe departments.
What was the name of
And,
that store again?
Mr. Chips, Chiappetta's.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Chiappetta's, but it was
Okay. But
Chiappetta's
you called it Mr.
clothing.
Chips, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, his DBA was Mr. Chips clothing, so.
All right, guys. This is a tough one here. Favorite pizza place in Kenosha? Or this week? I know it changes, but what's...
All right, so I was just at Oak Fire.
Oh,
And
come
I know. So I'm walking into Oak Fire, and Fran Cavelli is sitting there with her whole family from Ruffalo's 2.
Oh,
So it was like a pizza consortium. It was
Whoa.
messed up. So I'm going to say my favorite number 1 place. Jerry, I'm sorry. It's going to be Ruffalo's 2.
okay.
The buffalo chicken. It's got
where it's at, then.
they slice up chicken fingers with the breading in there and the bacon and it's
That's your go-to. All right. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, Ruffalo's 2 is really good. Luigi's is really good. I'd say Luigi's. I'm gonna plead the fifth, but I'm gonna say Luigi's, Infacino's, and Ruffalo's 2.
Okay.
They're all
All
like,
right, they're
you
all
know,
good.
They have a menage a trois. I'd be all. I'll just be a viewer.
I like that. I like that.
All right, and then our last one here, the big Kenosha debate. Big Star or the Spot?
Big star.
easy. Big Star all the way.
Oh,
We
okay.
both agree on that. I got to fight over
A
that.
mile
like
away
that.
from Spot. Now I will say the Spot has improved. No, you know what? I'm gonna
You change
Andy's.
Oh.
Andy.
Andy's.
Oh.
Get some burgers, Barb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Ooh.
Andy's. All right. Pete Sabetic bought Andy's from the Andersons. I knew the Andersons a long time. He's doing a good job over there. The burgers, the food is still what they used to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've always liked them. Easy to get, quick. That's
Fun
my
place,
go-to.
too. Fun place.
Yeah.
Why I like the Big Star over that is just because if I don't feel as bad about myself as I do when I eat the spot. Like, it's great. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like sweating from, eating it.
All right, that was Kenosha Connects, and now it's a trivia time that's brought to you by the Letter Machine.
And the Letter Machine is located at 725 50th Street. They can customize almost anything. Gifts, uniforms, school apparel, office attire, accessories, you name it, they can do it. Also, check out their online novelty shop at lettermachine.com as they have some awesome ready-made designs just for you and you and you.
Wow.
You guys ready for trivia?
Yes.
Let's do this.
All right, it's Donnie against our guests here
Eek.
in some shoe trivia.
Oh,
Dang it.
So we got some questions for each of
I'm
you.
wearing
don't
Tom.
screw this up.
3 questions, both of you.
Hey, dudes on.
Let's see if Donnie can beat you. We're going to ask Donnie the question first. We put him on the spot here. Donnie? Mm-hmm. Doc Martin is named after an actual doctor. Who was Dr. Martin?
I don't know.
Okay, I would have taken his first name's Klaus. I would have accepted that. If you just said he was German, I would have accepted that. Or if you said he was a surgeon, I would have accepted that. Or if you said he was in World War II, I would have taken either one of those. Would have been a correct answer. But you got
All
nothing.
options.
Yeah.
Yes, and you didn't get them all, any of them. All right.
Way to go, Donnie.
I blew it.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
show pens became fashionable in the 15th and 16th century and towered to ridiculous heights. They returned in the 60s and 70s, popularized by musicians and disco dancers under what new term?
'60s and '70s.
Hey,
No. Platforms.
you
Platforms.
Yes, platform shoe.
Right there you go.
This isn't as hard as you could think it is.
There you go. You gotta get it right. You know.
Yeah.
Shoes.
All right, 1-0. Donnie,
Okay, let's see what I can do.
in which country would you be most likely to see a woman wearing a lotus shoe?
Germany.
No, that would be China.
Dang it.
Those are those bindied foot things.
I had no idea what that was.
Bad news.
make their feet small.
Yeah, it's very painful.
Gross.
All right, guys, question 2 for you. Which shoe style for men was named after a British city with a famous university?
Bro. Shoe style.
You guys talking to each other?
Bro.
Bro.
Broke.
Yeah, it's bro. I don't think it's bro.
Wait, no, I don't think it's broke either. Balmoral, Lucci.
I'm trying to think of
There's so many different shoe terms.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
or
Blucher,
no.
Balmoral,
It's a famous university. I'm trying to think.
Oxford.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That's it.
We're overthinking this.
All right, Donnie, your last
All
one
right,
here.
let's see if I can add some credit.
go, Donnie.
Come on.
Gentlemen,
I need to get a job. I need to, with them, a salesperson. I got to get this right. Otherwise, I'm not.
all right, this you need to know to sell shoes. So
Okay.
This is very important. According to Old English folklore, when is it good luck to throw a shoe?
I don't fucking know.
These are fair questions, aren't they?
Yeah, totally.
It's when someone is leaving to go on a journey.
Oh.
Makes
Where'd
so
you
much
find
sense.
All right, guys, last question. You guys, see if you get all 3 here. This is the easiest one here. What makes a sandal different from other types of footwear?
No toes.
Well, there can
Open
be a
toe.
fisherman's sandal, but it's open.
I call it most of the foot is left uncovered.
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah,
Except
it's
for-
open.
All right.
open.
That
All
sounds
right,
good.
guys.
There you go.
All right, well, you guys are the winners in today's trivia.
Thanks, Donnie.
I can't beat you guys. You guys know the business.
And you win a Ktown Connects t-shirt courtesy of the Letter Machine. You guys get to fight over it. No, we
Yes,
did too.
no, we got them just for you guys. You know,
That's a good place. Letter
All right.
machine's great.
it's
Wonderful,
fantastic.
awesome place. We love them down there.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, well, that's a wrap here. And don't forget to go visit Chiappetta Shoes. They're located at 4820 75th Street, chiapettashoes.com.
Find all that information right down there in the show notes.
Right there, boom. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok.
Yes, and look for many other episodes of the Ktown Connects podcast on Spectrum Channel 14 and Kenosha Community Media streaming channel on the Roku every Wednesday at 11 and Sundays at 5 p.m.
Look, Mom, I'm on TV.
Yeah.
And don't forget about Sunday. Save the date. Sunday, February 4th, 2024 at the Rhody Center of the Arts as Ktown Connects presents Know Your Vote, a Kenosha mayor discussion. We got them all coming. We got Corey. We got Bogdella. We got Lydia. We got these other people that are coming if they're not pulling it
What
out
about
of the race.
crazy Andreas Meyer? Did you see that post
Yeah,
you made?
yeah, I sent it to you. He's out. He's out. But we're going to have all these people running for Kenosha mayor there for a Q&A.
Yeah,
and
that should be great.
who is moderating this?
Pete Stars at WLIP.
That's right. Ktown Connects is bringing you your connection to Kenosha
Nice.
on February 4th, 2024.
We're throwing the party. Pete's our DJ.
That's right. And don't forget to follow the Ktown Connects podcast on all social media outlets, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, aka X, YouTube, TikTok. Drop us a review on Facebook or on your favorite podcast provider and help us spread the word about the #1 podcast. That's
And which
the
one's that?
Ktown Connects podcast.
All right. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, including this episode's brought to you by our Patreon subscriber of the week, and that is Mary Lindquist.
Hey, Mary.
So thank you for all your support. If you'd like to become a Patreon subscriber, visit ktownconnects.com.
And to our major sponsors, where the show could not happen without you, I'd like to thank Union Park Tavern,
Frank's Diner,
AHDidIt,
Lucci's Grandview,
Wink Beauty Boutique,
Hayden Cheese,
Shannyn Franklin from ReMax Realty,
Roar, WeRoar.la,
Public Craft Brewing Company.
and our home base, Luigi's Pizza Kitchen.
Wow, what an episode. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show. That was so much fun. Appreciate both of you and what you're doing for the community. One shoe at a time, right?
Thank you guys for having us.
I love it.
I'm glad you guys took that step and came into this to be on our show.
I know it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes.
That's not a
You
fun
guys
one.
are
you
real
guys are fun.
professionals. Real professionals here.
But Donnie, what are we doing here?
We are connecting Kenosha.
Hey, Donnie, do you want even more Ktown Connects?
I sure do.
Well, sign on to be a Patreon subscriber by clicking the link at ktownconnects.com. Subscriptions start at just $2 a month.
Wow, what do I get for that?
All kinds of great stuff, like our exclusive It Is What It Is series, where we talk about just about anything. And you get this week's episode early, ad-free, and get this, Donnie, completely unedited.
Ooh.
So you get all the juicy stuff like this.
The big thing, the big
Ooh.
thing
Breaking news
is Project Archaeopteryx. All right. So Archaeopteryx was the first dinosaur that was also known to be a bird.
Why didn't you say that was your favorite dinosaur?
Right, yeah.
Damn it.
You said T-Rex. Like,
Yeah. Archaeopteryx. Anyways. You got a good point. Anyways,
Oh my. Become a Patreon supporter today by finding the quick link at ktownconnects.com.